All right, my dudes, what's up?
That shit. I always end it, and it always. Fucks
What
up.
the
I always
fuck are
end
you
it, and
doing in my
I don't wanna do
goddamn
it back.
Discord?
Wait. What the fuck? Wait. Who is this?
What the fuck are you doing in my
Am I in your-
child's
Oh my
Discord?
fucking
child's
God.
Discord channel.
Okay, your child's.
Yes,
Oh, shit.
this is Nathan's room. What are you doing
I don't
here when I'm
have
not
to
paying
be
attention?
here.
What are you
Did
doing here
drag
when I'm
me in
not?
here?
No, why would I do that? What are you doing here when I'm not watching? What are you telling my son?
I'm telling him all sorts of things.
Because you really wanted kids, didn't you? You still want kids,
I'm
don't you?
saying-
Be
I tell him-
honest.
I
It's
give him-
okay.
I tell him about how facts should be preferred over feelings. That's like our main conversation point.
Ooh,
Like,
why is
unlike
that,
what
though?
your father says. Unlike what your father says. Did you know facts over feelings?
Wait, why should
He's
you care
like-
about facts over feelings, though?
See how
I'm
tilted
not
he's
joking.
getting?
I'm not joking. You get into a really deep philosophical discussion on this. It's a good topic.
Do you want? First of all, happy birthday,
Oh,
belated.
thanks.
I was gonna say happy birthday to you yesterday, but then you signed out, and then, well, no, you were still in the chat, but you were like done streaming, and I didn't want to pop in, and you're like having a private moment or something. I don't know.
Okay.
Anyways, why facts over feelings? Are you live right now?
Yeah, I just went live. I got some shit to do.
Oh.
Why? What's up?
You mean, why? What's up? You're talking to me.
Well, because you're on my Discord.
I'm in your son's Discord, actually.
Oh, that's right.
So.
Did you watch the abuse stuff?
Oh no, I never watched the video because like I can't bother to watch it like really.
Okay.
Like I mean I don't know if you can watch it on Twitch. So
I watched it. I didn't
when
get
I'm
banned,
off,
so.
well, you know Twitch, as long as one person didn't get banned, everyone's fine. You just have to.
I mean, I feel
When
like
you
for
ban
me,
you-
I feel like if you can get banned for doing something, I'd probably be the one to get banned for it because it seems like I
That's
roll
what
that way. So
Yeah, the Twitch loves banning you. That's actually true. But the thing is, when I've gone banned and I've like cited other streamers, they're like, well, this is just what we considered to be a ban for you. I'm like, okay, well, I don't know. But everyone keeps talking about it like it's a big conversation point, and I really don't understand what the conversation is. Like, what's the debate here? Oh,
Well-
is it wrong, right or wrong to hit somebody? Like, I don't.
well, debate is on who started it. That's the real.
Oh
the
my
real
God. I'm sorry. No, I don't think that's a debate.
Ooh,
That's not a
Wait.
debate at all.
really?
Yeah, really.
Why? Who started
Who
it?
started it?
Yeah.
What do you mean who started it? So the idea that she's like throwing things, and then so he's annoyed, and so he gets to just strike her because he's reached a certain amount of like, we share the same environment together voluntarily, and you're doing a thing that annoys me.
So this is
clearly
where
I
like
can-
this is where I would say this is like we won't have this full conversation right now because I have something I got to do in 2 minutes. But this is where I get insanely fucking triggered. Is I feel
Well,
like
I know you do.
I do because I feel like there is an insane gender bias here that downplays domestic abuse when women do it. If it was a guy hurling things at women, I don't think you would ever use the term "he was annoying her." I think you would say that he was assaulting
Huh.
her. Like I don't.
Wait, did the objects hit him? By the way, like did they hit him?
I can't tell. You see at least one object miss, but otherwise it's hard to tell because he's always like raising his hand. But also, I don't know if that matters. If there's a girl in a room and I'm hurling like glasses at her, like cups and shit, but they're missing, I don't know if anyone would ask, well, hold on, did he actually hit her with one of the glasses that he threw? Like that's kind of the feeling to me. I guess I just get really irritated because a lot of people say like the guy escalated it to physical violence, but I thought the woman was being physically violent right off the start.
Right. No, yeah. And I remember I was looking through like comments, like YouTube comments and shit like that said, well, they're both to blame, blah, 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 blah. And I definitely don't want to get caught in the whole, well, it's a guy that's hitting a woman. So obviously already, all I need to know is that it's a man raising his hand to a woman and then she's a victim, period. Like there's a definite, like women can assault men. Women can definitely assault men. Women can definitely do that and not, I'm not defending them. I'm never going to defend that unless, of course, they're like trying to defend themselves. I just don't think that, let's say that it's a person throwing items at another person that doesn't make contact. I understand that you're saying that if it misses them, maybe it's not even that big of an issue.
But okay, all right, listen. Yeah.
Are you actually dipping out right now? I swear to
yes,
God.
I have like a meeting at 5:00 where someone I'm supposed to talk to. So That's why I said I didn't have a lot of
What?
time to talk about this. Listen, you can talk
Yeah,
about it in
whatever.
your stream, okay? Your facts or
I'll talk about it with your son, and I'll
Sure. Here's
continue telling him how
here's like a very
Ben Shapiro's.
interesting here's an interesting question to ponder though. Let's say that you could reveal some fact that would only make you unhappy and would never contribute positively to any part of your life at all. Do you think that's a fact worth pursuing?
Wait, say it again one more time.
If there is a fact that you could pursue that you would understand intimately, but that fact would only make your life worse, do you think that's a fact worth pursuing?
I would have to know what the benefit of that knowledge is compared to the harm it's inflicting on me.
Sure, okay. Well, let's say, for instance, you take a
Like, are you saying the pursuit of knowledge, period, always beneficial to you? Like, is that inherently beneficial, regardless of the actual harms
yeah,
it
so like,
causes?
let's say you take a person, and let's say this person is only interested in pursuing things that are like factual. This person just wants to know more things about the world. Let's say that this person has an experience that demonstrates to them some piece of information that only serves to make the remainder of that person's life worse off for it. Do you think that it's good that they uncovered that fact? And if so, why?
I think it's good if worse is it's like a really qualitative. I don't know what to make of worse. What does that mean, worse? I mean,
Okay,
you can
sure.
argue that a lot.
Sure.
Of,
So let's say that so I'm somebody that always believed that there was an external universe, right?
mm-hmm.
And then let's say that I do a fuck ton of mushrooms, and now I'm never really sure what's real or what's not real, and I can't actually know that. Does uncovering that piece of information help me at all in life when all it's led to is me being more unhappy as a result of that? Was it good for me to uncover that fact, or would I have been better off just being naive and assuming, well, of course I can know that things are real external of me?
Yeah, we've had actually this conversation quite a bit. I think it's a positive thing because I think that living in reality, even if it's not the candy land that you perceive it to be, is more valuable. Even if it's starker and more depressing, it's more valuable because you're participating in society, you're participating in the world on a real level,
but
and not perpetuating further.
But let's say that fact has no real bearing. Like, what am I supposed to do with that piece of information now? So right now, what I understand is that I can't become acquainted directly with any physical object. So what I understand now is that all I have are my senses, and I can't really truly know if anything external of me, that even this conversation is real. This seems like a fact that doesn't benefit me at all, and it just makes me worse off for knowing it. Why is the pursuit of this fact a good thing?
We've had this conversation when it comes to, say, like an elderly person on their deathbed or a person on their deathbed and they believe in God. And you're able to explain to them in a way that will actually affect them that like God doesn't exist. There's no afterlife, whatever.
Sure.
Like allowing them to live in this blissful state of ignorance and there's no actual benefit to having this knowledge that no, God doesn't exist. Is that a thing that should be done? Like, is just merely just living in reality, even if it will just only harm you, even if just like psychologically, just, slightly, if it just harms you and you'll never be able to do anything productive with that information, is that, I think if you can isolate it, if you can,
I think that
clarify to that situation, I think that's debatable.
Sure.
I think there's a possibility that, yeah.
I think that something is happening here that's not readily apparent. There's a guy in your chat called Broken Pliers who's really fucking stupid, by the way, but I love his naivety, okay? Just giving a big shout out to that guy. So
nice.
There's something that is going on here that I think doesn't seem readily apparent. So it feels like what we're talking about is a fact-happiness dichotomy, where on one end we can pursue happiness, but on the other end we can pursue fact. Now it feels like sometimes we have a desire where we can say, well, hold on, sometimes the pursuit of fact over happiness is actually beneficial. But I feel like the argument that's really being made is that, well, actually, happiness is what we should be pursuing, but we can get to happiness better using fact. So my question is if we can reveal some fact that demonstrably can never make us happy, is that a fact worth pursuing, or are we better off ignoring that fact? So, and I can pose some extreme hypotheticals. I'm giving you a personal one because it's something that I've had a lot of trouble with over the past 6 months, because I used to be a person that said that fact is always better than anything else, and now I have panic attacks. So this is my problem personally. And then
you do?
yes. So a hypothetical that why, have you ever had a panic attack before?
No, I knew you had one, but I know that was like a thing now.
It's real fucking shitty. But so now something that that I would consider is, and I don't like using super bizarre hypotheticals, but like I think I can use to illustrate like the fact. Like, let's say that there was some combination of math formulas that once discovered gives you the ability to destroy all of mankind. Once you've just plug these math formulas together. Would it be better if you could push a button and make it so that that fact was never discovered? Would that be preferable, or do you think that should be a fact that should be noble to people? And I feel like this is something where most people would reasonably say, well, okay, in this case, this is a fact that provides no good, and we do value happiness over fact, because fact on its own technically has no value. The only reason we like facts is because facts are usually given to us scientifically, which leads to technology, which usually makes us happier. So we wouldn't be right. It's usually, is what I would think.
That's interesting. Like,
I
know that's really interesting.
If you don't care about any of this stuff, man, the next time if I see you, you should do fucking a fuck ton of mushrooms, and then you can tell me how you feel at the end of the day.
I've never. Okay, first of all, I'm saying, it's interesting. So that's your first clue.
No, I understand.
Yes, I think it's interesting. Yeah, but the mushrooms, I swear to God. I think that it kind of goes into conversations we've been having lately about like brains and people's brains and like differences between like how your upbringing can dramatically change like the structure of your brain. Like if you like learn a musical instrument and you play it and learn it for I think it's like a few months or something, it will actually visibly you can see like a part of your brain grow. Like it's crazy. And so, and how maybe like there's differences between the sexes and how their brains are constructed, etc. Let's say we can do studies and we find that like women's brains on average overall, let's just say, are actually like 1% less capable or something than men's brains.
Sure.
Is that information, the information will probably only harm. Like I can't imagine it won't be useful. It will only be used to abuse. It will only be abused. And even if people use it like literally and try not to abuse it, I can't imagine it'll be any use to anybody. And it will only harm. So it's like a lot of science is I'm not saying that's actually scientifically valid for the record, guys. But like you have to, there's a lot of information that we can go seek out, but then like, what's the value of it? Yeah. Is knowledge always beneficial, or is it just sometimes it's not, you just knowing that is actually harmful and just in every single way.
Yeah, and these are problems that a lot of people have, like the Broken Pliers guy in your chat. A lot of people think that like science, is like fact only and no values, blah blah blah. But the reality is, science is incredibly value driven. Like we make choices. Well, every time every scientific fact is attached to some value. Like we study medicine because we've made the value statement that we ought to make people healthier, but we could just as easily have a branch of science where we just try and invent ways to make people less happy. But the reason why we go for healthier instead of miserable is because we value happiness over misery, right? But so like all of that is driven by values. Yeah no, that's a really good point. Okay, I'll make sure to look out for this idiot. Oh, yeah, no, I'm sorry. I was just wrestling the one dude in chat, but okay, have fun, be careful, okay?
All right, bye.
Little walk, small talk, big thoughts, gonna tell them all just what I want. That street, 2 streets, I see you and me hanging on the empty swings.